All right, we're back.
Guys, thank y'all for holding. I am so sorry about that. But I'm Katie from the Rustic Boxwood, and we're going to learn how to make gorgeous Mother's Day gifts. These are things that you can do with your children too. So, all right. While we were waiting, I went ahead and just cut my scrapbook pad piece of paper.
What are we doing again?
We are making beautiful flower vases from things that you have in your house. So this is just a Pringles can, and I took some Mod Podge, poured it into a plate.
And where's everybody tuning in from, and where are we at?
Yeah, y'all go ahead and tell us. We're in Georgia.
And we just had a little hiccup.
I'm sorry, guys. It's just been a kind of a crazy day today.
So, anyways.
But it's okay. We're going to have a good time.
Apparently, we had a blurry image, and I don't know why, but we have changed devices. And
is this a lot better?
Everybody's saying it's so much better. So, thank you for your patience. And
thank you so much.
We're not IT people.
We're so not.
Maybe when we get our big time show, we'll hire an IT camera person, right? So, we got folks from California, New York, Colorado. We had people from Hawaii and Pennsylvania. So now we've got a few more people. Lots of thumbs ups. So thank you everybody for your patience. So, all right.
So anyway, I'm just doing a section at a time, painting some Mod Podge onto this can. You will be amazed at how easily this goes on. And what I'm doing is have a chip clip. These things, I use these things for so many projects. You would never think that you needed chip clips for so many projects, but I do. I use them all the time. So this is just to hold it in place while it dries.
Just use a little clip at the top, right?
Yep, it's just a chip clip.
Okay.
So, and then
Susan just mentioned that her cat is loving watching us too. So
hey, that's awesome.
Appreciate it.
I'll take any kind of viewership. Yeah, but y'all tell me where else you're from and what your weather is like.
Got some from Ireland, and then somebody actually from Oxnard, California. So
hey, that's
close to where I grew up.
Yep.
So appreciate you coming in, tuning in from all over the place. Do you want to show what kind of Mod Podge
Yes, I can show that again. It's right here. I want to wrap this around. It's I love that Mod Podge. I got it in the matte finish. It's by Deco Art. You can get it in any craft store or Walmart.
And it's not.
I believe you can get it at Walmart. Oh, it's not. Yeah.
Well, the focus is on the background, so.
Okay. And since this is since I'm doing this live, it's not going to be as pretty as I would like it to. So you hold on. I'm going to show you the finished result. I'm really excited about them. So, all right.
And what somebody's just asking, what kind of paper is that?
I just pulled this from a scrapbook paper pad. I got it for $10 at Hobby Lobby, and it's got so many cute prints on there. Or if you wanted to spend less, you can buy it by the sheet for about 16. I think it's usually about 16 cents if you get it half off.
Okay.
So I've wrapped it fully around, and now I'm going to put another layer on the outside just to act as a sealant. And yes, I have found that I use Mod Podge for so many things.
So a lot of people are saying what they would put in there.
Oh, yes.
As far as dried flowers and lilies and.
Okay, yes, and that is actually our giveaway question for this live.
Yep, it's already gotten posted, so
great,
thank you, Hometalk team, for putting that up there.
So if you haven't seen that question, it's what kind of flowers would you put in Mother's Day vases?
And we've got somebody from Buenos Aires, Argentina. Very cool.
Oh, welcome. Yeah, that's so cool. And I'm going to tell you, I don't really have a green thumb, so I tend to stick with fake flowers because they look pretty real to me. And, you know, water is not going to hold very well if you put it straight up in a Pringles can. But if you put a tiny glass vase on the inside and fill it with water, if you wanted to have real flowers, you could do it that way. But if you used a soup can to Mod Podge, that would work and hold some water. So.
And Hannah just mentioned that, from Hometalk, mentioned that she would use peonies.
Hey, Hannah. Oh, I love peonies.
Yeah, that's why I mentioned it. So.
Actually, I tried to grow some outside, and no, it didn't work. Nope.
That's why we
go to the store and
that's why we use the fake flowers, right?
That's right. Okay, so I've about wrapped it all the way around. And this Mod Podge really works really well. You would think that with it being so wet, it would smear the print, but it doesn't. And it dries clear. It's fantastic.
So it looks a little milky on there right now.
Yeah. But I'm going to set it aside to let it dry, and y'all hang tight. I'm going to show you how pretty these vases can be. They don't look so pretty. It doesn't look so pretty right now, but you're going to love it.
So you can kind of see the milkiness on the video, but it will dry clear, yes?
Yeah, completely. All right, I'm going to set this aside behind me to let it dry for a little while, and we're going to go on to the next project, and we'll come back to that. So the next project is, this is one of my favorites. It's really easy to do and inexpensive. But I found this hymnal at a thrift store for 25 cents. And you can find hymnals so many places, at old bookstores. And it doesn't have to be old. This one I think is from the 80s. So anyway, so what I'm doing is, so you'll need a hymnal. You'll need Mod Podge again. And you will need a wooden sponge brush.
There, it's actually looking a little clearer. So
is it looking better?
Yep.
Yeah, y'all let me know if you have any questions during this live too.
And we had somebody tuning in all the way from Dubai and Israel.
Oh, that is so cool.
All over the place.
Thank you for watching. Thank you for saying hey. And we're in Georgia right now, so okay. So this is yes. Go ahead.
Somebody just said they just stopped in and said what did we put on the can? So it was craft paper.
Yes, it was scrapbook paper. You can use wrapping paper, or and then use some Mod Podge as well. But you know what? I'm glad you asked me, because I wrote a whole blog post on it. And I'm Katie at the Rustic Boxwood, and just go to my homepage, and it's under DIY Mother's Day gifts.
Great.
So, all right. So to start this canvas fabric, you can use a drop cloth. I got this at our local discount fabric warehouse here in Covington, Georgia. Twice a year, y'all. It is so awesome. Twice a year, they put their fabric $1.99 a pound. So I can buy in bulk, and it's cheap. I love it. So here's my canvas. You'll need some canvas fabric, and what you're going to do is pick out a hem.
And some people are saying don't tear up the book, but actually this book probably would have gotten thrown away. So we are actually allowing this book to live on.
That's right, exactly. But I think you're really going to like what we do here with this too. Well, I hope you do. So what you do is, I love this distressed ripped finish, and it's very easy to do. All you do is do a little snip in the fabric, and actually it tears.
So you just start it with the scissors.
Yes, and I just placed this on here. I wanted like an inch or two on either side of this sheet. Let me show
Somebody
you.
just asked, fabric by the pound or by the yard?
Fabric by the pound.
By the pound.
Awesome. I love it. $1.99.
Well, it's awesome until you get it home and I have to try and get it out of the back of the truck.
Hey now.
So.
Okay, so.
And what kind of fabric is this?
This is just a lightweight canvas. You could use, if you have a drop cloth sitting around, those are really cheap. You can use that, or you can go to Hobby Lobby and get maybe a yard or so. But it's really inexpensive. And so let me show you what I'm going to do. So I put this here, and I'm going to snip another spot here. I'm going to take this off so it doesn't get messed up. It's very easy to tear, and it tears evenly too, by the way. So I don't have to worry about having straight or crooked lines, because it's going to tear for me. Woo.
And the rougher the edge, then it just makes it look more rustic, right?
I think it looks really pretty. Okay, let me make sure this is a good length. Yeah, I like that. Okay, so what we're going to do now...
So Marcos just asked, if you don't have a fabric store, what kind of alternatives?
Yeah, drop cloth is good. You could even use a white bed sheet. But drop cloth, I would say, would be your best bet. Or go to Hobby Lobby or Michael's and go to your fabric store and get some canvas there at a fabric store. So yeah, please feel free to ask me any more questions. So what I'm going to do, actually, y'all, I do it the quick and easy way. I just take my Mod Podge and just pour a little bit right on top. Maybe a tablespoon.
And somebody's asking about using cotton, because it might be tough to find it where they're at. And it probably would work. It's just a little bit heavier of a material.
Right. I'm trying to think of some other type of fabric. If y'all have any other fabric ideas, please feel free to share. Because we're all DIYers together, learning together. So I love getting things really cheap at thrift stores or at this Fabric by the Pound because I don't always have a project in mind when I buy these things. So since I got it so cheap, it's not that big of a deal if I have to donate it to someone if I end up not using it. So I like to play.
And somebody just mentioned it possibly bleeding through and getting on the table, but it doesn't.
No, not with this fabric anyway.
And we actually refinished this table. You can see how we did that on Katie's blog, therusticboxwood.com. So.
Okay, so I spread a layer of Mod Podge onto the fabric, and then I immediately placed this hem sheet right on top. And you will see the back since it's wet, but it will dry to where you won't even see through to the back side of this hem, which is pretty cool. A
few folks are asking if burlap might work.
I haven't tried it, but it might work. It's worth a shot. Hobby Lobby has some bandanas. In the bandana section, they have burlap bandanas for like, I think it's $1.50. And it's a thicker material, so you could try that if you just wanted to grab something quick.
And somebody just asked as far as where in Georgia. So there's a few fellow Georgia folks watching. This came from Oko Fabrics in Covington, Georgia. Yes. I think they have it. How often do they have this sale?
They have it twice a year.
Twice a year.
It's for a whole week. People fly in from all over the country just for this awesome sale. It's OHCO. I'm sorry. That's how you spell it. Okay, so I have completely gone over this and tried to smooth out the wrinkles and get all those air pockets out. And this Mod Podge is going to dry on its own. It'll dry clear. But it's it dries and leaves like a leathery effect. I love how it feels. Okay, so we're gonna set this aside to dry, and while that's drying, this is what I used for either end of this canvas sign. It's called balsa wood, B-A-L-S-A. It was $1.50 at Hobby Lobby. It's real thin, so I can cut it with scissors. And I just like to guesstimate here. So, actually, first I'll paint this. Let me show you. This is my protective surface for when I paint. It's just a trash bag.
And somebody just asked what's your blog name, and because your beautiful hair is covering your shirt.
I'm Katie from the Rustic Boxwood.
The Rustic Boxwood.
Thank y'all for tuning in. I really appreciate you saying hey.
And you can find it at therusticboxwood.com.
That's right.
There we go.
Thank you. Okay, so I used this chalkboard paint. You could use, and it's a black chalkboard paint. You can use black chalk paint. You could use acrylic paint. It's just what I had on hand, and it works really well. And I used another wooden sponge brush. These are great to have on hand. So I'm just going to shake it up.
Somebody's asking, is there any difference between decoupage and regular Mod Podge?
That's a great question. I don't think so, but I could be
Not that you know
wrong.
of, huh? Okay.
Yeah, that's a great question.
So you just poured a little bit on your
I haven't noticed there being a difference.
plate. Okay.
Yeah, so I just poured a little bit of black onto my paper plate, and I'm just going to quickly brush over.
And balsa wood's actually what they make model airplanes out of because it's so lightweight.
Oh, really? I didn't know that.
Just a childhood memory from a time long ago.
Did you make some model airplanes?
I did.
That's awesome. See how quick this is?
So,
this is really easy, and I think...
April's asking where we're from.
We are from good old Georgia.
Just east of Atlanta.
Yep.
And I actually grew up in California, so I married a Georgia girl. So I can kind of have an accent sometimes. So.
Okay, so I'm making sure that I paint all the sides, at least all the visible sides from the front.
Okay, somebody just mentioned decoupage is the art. Mod Podge is what you actually used to make the art.
Thank you.
So.
Whoever answered that question, thank you.
And these comments are coming in too quickly, so I can't remember. They just flow up, so.
Well, if y'all have any questions, you just ask us or email me at therusticboxwood@gmail.com, and I will do my best to answer what I can.
And we've already made the Pringles flower container, and do you want to mention again, some folks have tuned in late, what are we doing here with
Yes, we are doing 3 different projects today. So we started on the Pringles can, the vase, and used some scrapbook paper, and now we're making some DIY canvas hanging art. And all of these projects are very fun to do with your kids too, if you wanted to do these for Mother's Day with your kids.
And we'll show the finished product at the end.
That's right. We're going to show the finished product at the end, and we're going to do one more project after this.
Chalkboard paint that you used.
And can you see that? Okay.
The Mod Podge.
And if you miss something or want to know all of the products that you need for these projects, just go to my blog, and it'll be all right there for you. Okay, so I'm just going to guesstimate here. I'm leaving about 1 inch overlap on both sides, like this, and I'm just going to cut it. This wood is super easy to cut, but it also breaks easily, so you have to be careful. All right, let me make sure I like that length okay. Yeah, I might trim it up a little more, but right now we'll just go ahead and cut.
So you're just using the first cut to give you a...
Yes, just to make sure it's even. Okay. All right. And I'm going to let this dry a little bit because I'm scared I'm going to get it onto the canvas. It does not take but a minute or so for it to dry. So,
gotten several comments on your scissors. Your gold scissors. Target.
I think everybody asks me that during every Hometalk live that I do. Everybody asks me where I got those. But I love them. They're great. Okay, so I've already heated up my hot glue gun. And I'm going to trim this down a little bit so it's not too long. And it doesn't have to be perfect on the top and bottom because it's going to be covered up by the balsa wood.
Great. Somebody just said they're tuning in from Kentucky, and go Big Blue.
Oh, Kentucky's gorgeous.
I don't know if we can cheer for the Wildcats, but we'll mention them.
Yeah, thank y'all for tuning in.
Yes, gold scissors from Target.
That's right. Love these gold scissors, and I think they were $16. And I don't like to pay that much for scissors, but I just love these gold scissors. I use them a lot. So, all right. So what you're going to do? You're going to do just a thin strip of hot glue across the top, and right after, you'll go ahead and put your black strip on. Just make sure it lines up evenly with your sheet. Just push down a little bit. Okay.
Some more folks tuning in from Arizona and Las Vegas. And I say Las Vegas, Nevada.
Oh, no, it's Nevada.
And everybody in the South says I'm wrong, saying it's Nevada.
Hey, we looked it up in the dictionary. Nevada is the correct pronunciation.
It's actually the second.
I hope y'all don't get mad at me.
It's the secondary. So
it is the secondary, but it's in the dictionary, so it counts.
That's right.
Okay, so I have hot glued this on, and if you don't like the hymn sheet music, you can use piano music, or even just anything pulled out of a book. I mean, this, I'm telling you, it goes. You can see through to the other side, but it will dry. At least this hymnal that I've been using will dry to where you can't see through to the other side.
Dries clear.
Yep.
And do you use anything? Somebody asked if you use anything to seal the chalk paint.
Nope.
Nope.
I don't use anything to seal that. It's pretty hardy, and it goes on really well. I love chalk paint. Okay, the last part to this hanging art is some jute. You can get jute at the dollar store, at craft stores, Walmart, anywhere. And I'm just going to make a short piece, probably about 1 foot long. And this is still a little wet, but I think we'll be okay. I don't think it's going to stick. So all you do is just do a little piece here. And y'all let me know if you can't see this, or if you need me to...
We can see it. We can see it.
Okay, good. I'm thankful that we can see it now. Let me get my plastic fork because I don't want to burn my finger here. I love using plastic utensils for hot glue guns.
Yeah, Bobby just said that you might get some folks from Nevada upset by talking.
I know, I don't want y'all to get mad at me.
We like to pronounce it our way is what she said. And I agree with you.
It's okay. I know. I'm just not going to admit it that my husband's right. I'm right. Okay.
So yep, jute is just like burlap string. That's what somebody just mentioned.
Look at this, guys. Okay.
And since we're trying to go too fast.
Yeah. You know what? I'm just going to I'm going to turn this back over and I'm going to show you the finished results with one that's already dry so I don't have to worry about it staying put.
Yep, somebody just mentioned using the fork. So yeah, we like to use the fork instead of our fingers with the hot glue gun.
So here's the dried result. See, you can't, I don't know if y'all can tell with the video or not, but you can't see through to the back. And you can just, it's like a scroll. It's just real sturdy. It's really pretty, I think. So, all right, so that's the second Mother's Day gift. And the third is one of my favorites. We're going to make a wood bead garland with tassels. So let me show you here. I already opened a bag and I just want to make sure it doesn't spill. So let me set this aside so y'all can.
And if you missed anything, you can always go back and watch us on the Hometalk Facebook page.
That's exactly right.
Or you can look at the blog post at therusticboxwood.com.
That's exactly right. Okay.
So, but somebody just asked what we did with the chalk paint. We just painted the balsa wood for the top and the bottom
right
piece.
Here, if you wanted to point it out while I get this
So
stuff going. Okay. So what you're going to need for these wood bead garlands is this is really easy. All you need are some wood beads. And I tried finding the size. I don't know if these are, what would you say, 16 millimeter? But they're kind of large. They're about the size of a nickel, I'd say, in circumference.
Yeah, or maybe closer to a quarter.
Okay, or something like that. But all you need are wood beads, some jute, and I've got different size jute, but I'm going to use the skinnier stuff for this project. And then you need something that's hardy and sturdy that you can wrap your tassels around. So I'm just using an old book.
It's a college book, so it's okay, right?
Yeah, exactly. All right, so
what do you do with old college textbooks?
Huh?
You use them for Hometalk videos.
Yeah, of course, right, yeah. Of course, I wanted to make sure I wasn't missing something here. So you're going to start with your first tassel, and I'm going to wrap this around 30 times around this book so that I have the right thickness, because I'm going to do 2 of these.
Okay, and while you're doing that, somebody's just asking what your shirt says, and it says, there we go, the Rustic Boxwood. That's the name of Katie's blog. So she likes to show off her beautiful hair, and it covers up her t-shirt. So
thank you for asking. That's very sweet. All right. Okay, so I wrapped this around 30 times, and I'm gonna just untangle this a little bit. So I'm making a tassel for my wood bead garland for those of you that just tuned in. And I am going to get a little piece of jute. You can use the same size or any size jute that you want, but really something that's close in the width would be the best. So you're going to cut a little piece, slide it through, pull it to the top, and tie a knot. Tight knot, because jute tends to loosen up if you don't do it too tightly. Okay, now we're ready to slide it off. And I'm going to use this same, I haven't cut this off for a reason, I'll tell you why in just a minute. But I'm going to cut another piece of jute.
somebody's asking if we've ever done a photo on the
on canvas?
On canvas.
We have done a photo on canvas using Mod Podge. Great question.
So you can't. Okay, great.
It worked. I was shocked. I didn't think it would work. Okay, so what I'm doing is just cutting. What would you say? This is almost a foot long, but you don't. It doesn't have to be exact.
Yeah, it's about a foot.
So all I'm doing is wrapping it around towards the top, and I'm going to make it a little bit shorter. I just wrapped it around a few times. I'm going to tie a tight knot. Can y'all see that okay?
There we go.
Okay.
Some other folks mentioned as far as the canvas thing, putting sheet music for maybe a first dance at a wedding or something like that.
Beautiful. That's a great idea.
So lots of great ideas coming in.
Yes, yes, yes. Okay, I'm making this jute long enough for my garland. So because my tassel is gonna tie on in. Oh, I didn't even do this right. Oops. Well, you know what? That's okay. We can think on our feet and do this.
And somebody's asking, it is jute, not twine, but it's very similar to twine. It's just maybe a little bit thicker.
Right. So, and all I did was take that tassel and cut the bottom part. Okay. Now what you're going to do is take your beads. Y'all, since I'm live, I'm just not even... what I should have done is left the tassel, this part up here. Oh, you know what I can do? Hold on. I just came up with a good idea. There we go. All right. Now this will work. I'm going to cut this off in just a second. But you want to have the piece that loops through the little eye very long because you want the beads to bead through. I hope that makes sense.
Gotcha. So you're going to put the beads on the piece that you're actually tying.
Right now, yes. Then I'm going to cut that other piece off because I made a mistake. Hey, and that's what DIY is all about. It's okay. You can kind of just go with the flow. There we go. Okay, I'll cut this off later.
Okay.
But I just want to show y'all how to start this.
So you cut it off for how long you want it, right?
Yes, however long you want it. Just for time's sake, I am going to go ahead and just bead a couple through so you can get an idea. And sometimes these wood beads are not cut all the way through, and you just kind of have to play with them a little bit.
And you can make tassels with lots of different things, not just jute rope, right?
Sure
Some folks are asking if you can.
You sure can. Okay. So, there we go. You could even make bookmarks with these or door stoppers. Let me cut off this piece so you can see how pretty these are. There we go. But I have the full tutorial on my blog, the Rustic Boxwood. There we go. And then you can just make it. Some of mine, like this one right here that I've already pre-made, is, I don't know, I'd say it's about 3 feet long. But how cute is that? And it's very farmhouse style, very neutral. I usually tuck this knot under something. Like it was wrapped around a pot, a boxwood pot that I had, so I just tucked this under just to hold it in place.
So you just make a knot and a loop at the end so that they don't come off.
Right.
And you can make it however long you want.
Yeah, and also, I'll show you this. See, if I wanted to add this tassel, all I have to do is unloop this knot. Hope I'm not crazy for doing this last minute because it may not work, but I want to show y'all. You can have tassels on either end. I'm going to pull this little knot off.
And Jessica just mentioned that she would put a tassel on each end. So I know the comments are flowing up a little bit behind our video feed, so great idea. Great minds think alike.
Yes, that's right.
And there we go. We've got it at the end. Tassels on both sides.
And if you want to make your tassels shorter, longer, I think I'm going to trim this one down just a touch. But since you tie it in a tight knot, you don't have to worry about it coming undone. I'm going to make it a little bit shorter.
So you can just customize those tassels however you want.
Exactly.
If you
just keep messing with it.
Yeah, if you wrap it around a book and it's just too big or something too big, you can just cut off the end.
Doesn't want to cut. But you get the idea, right?
There you go. There we go.
Okay, but these are really pretty, and I think those mamas are going to love a wood bead garland. So we have done the wood bead garland. We've done the hanging hymnal art. It's right here. Looking for it.
There we go.
And we've done. I wanted to save this to the end because these are the Pringles cans and crate mix cans and soup cans that I was talking about. And I added some washi tape to the top, some glitter washi tape, and then put the Mod Podge right over it, and it still sparkles. It dries clear and looks really good, I think. And then I had some fake flowers that I got from Michael, some fake greenery. Just Stuff them right in there. I'm going to stuff this one, small one. Just wanted to show y'all how good fake flowers can look in here. Because I love fake flowers. This is my IKEA plant. Stuff that right in there. And then I got this little pretty floral bouquet at Hobby Lobby. Put it right in here. Let's see, where's the, there we go. And these peonies I got from Michael's last year. But since they're in a soup can, you could actually put real flowers and water in there. So I just put a rubber band in there to hold them in place. Stuff them in, and you can play with them and move them around. And then I had some more fake greenery from Michael's. I just play with it and stuff it around. So there you go. I wanted to show you this too. If you wanted to put real flowers in a Pringles can, or a can that's not very hardy for water, this is like a, I think this was pickle jar. It's just really small. And if you just take the sticker off, put it in the dishwasher, you can slip it right in there and put some water in.
Great.
There you go. Yeah. So these are our 3 projects. I hope you enjoyed them. Again, I'm Katie from the Rustic Boxwood.
And the Hometalk team will be announcing the winner of the giveaway.
And thank you guys, everybody, for tuning in.
There we go. Heather Cross Gilmer.
Congratulations, Heather.
So,
hope y'all have a great day.
Thanks everybody
Bye.
for tuning in. Bye.